just walked out of practice and yesterday and today, we just put blaring noise in our arena.
Yeah.
And took the scout team pressing and where I couldn't call timeout, and they had to handle the press. I expect them to come up in us. We had Bijan, even Alston and Ding, young guys. But we put blaring noise in the arena to where they had to communicate on offense, communicate on defense, flying at you, being physical. And that's how we prepped for West Virginia. I anticipate them getting up into us, being very, very physical. On the glass, they're elite offensive rebounders. Their bigs they run one in and after the other, just pound the glass. They got two elite scorers in Taz Sherman and McNeil, and then you got a kid, Bridges, who's averaging double figures at the 4. So, they too are in the schedule grind. They just played Baylor. They just played Kansas. They just played Texas Tech. They're in the same boat we are. They've had some crazy hard games. And so they're in the same boat we are, fighting to get back on a win. But it's not like they've had like 3 bad losses. They've lost to Baylor, Kansas, and Texas Tech. 3 of the top teams in the country. So that's the way it's going to be. They're going to be coming in physical, but that's how we practice. I anticipate them getting up in us.
Everyone's talking about the strength of the Big 12 this season and how there really are no nights off. But I want to ask you about the coaches in this league. You go from Bill Self to Scott Drew and now Bob Huggins. What's it been like for you as a coach to challenge the coaches of this league?
Well, I can feel it. I knew my Loyola team, I was there 10 years. And I knew, it takes a moment. It's your first recruiting class. Then your first recruiting class, you got to build the culture. Those freshmen don't know when you bring them in. Then it's the sophomores. It takes a moment to where when the new guys come in your program, they know exactly the way things are run. I felt it at Loyola in year 10, or even before that. Like once you start getting 6-7 years, the guys that come in, you got 8 or 9 guys that know this is how we do things, man. This is how we do things. Bill's been there, 19 years. Scott's been there 19 years. Coach Huggins been there 15 years. Coach Weber's been there. You're facing guys that have been there a long time. Even Mark Adams, they've been there like 5 years. You can just tell their defense is so locked in on what they want to do. And that's what you're facing. Obviously you're going against Hall of Fame coaches, but more importantly, Hall of Fame cultures. I challenged my staff, then I went down and challenged the team. Match my energy and positivity about going into each practice. Because it starts with me. We're not going to hang our head. We're going to keep fighting. I told my staff, match me. Try to be more energetic than me in practice. Someone try to match me. Because we're not going to hang our head. Think about this. I don't know if I've ever seen it, and I don't know what statistician can find it. Name another team in college basketball that in an 8-day window is going to play number 1, 4, and 5. 3 of the top 5 in 8 days. And oh, by the way, mixed in there is at West Virginia, one of the harder places to play. That's insane. Think about it. I want to go back and find somebody who's played 1, 4, and 5 in an 8-day window and mix in going to a West Virginia, another thing. So yes, we're in a crazy period. The only thing I can keep saying to our guys, we're going to get better. You're playing this guy. We got to get better. We got to find ways to win and get better. But that's what this league does though. Every night is an opportunity for a huge win. Every night. And yes, this team desperately needs that feeling. Yeah, we do. But we got a lot of games left. We're in a crazy stretch that I don't know if a lot of college basketball teams are in right now. No one is. No one has played 1, 4, and 5 and an at West Virginia in an 8-day window. So we got to be taking the approach, man, we got to keep fighting, get better, stay positive, man. And we got to keep chasing because every win, and that's what I told them, this West Virginia road win, man, that's on the board. That's on the board of Selection Sunday as a huge win. And that's what we got to do to get right back going in the right direction.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.